Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. After Eastbourne history, Eala focuses on defending Wimbledon champ. Eala will ride into Wimbledon with a little bit of momentum on her side as far as world rankings is concerned. The Filipino ace is expected to be well in the 50s by the time the Grand Slam on grass rolls around after her performance in the Eastbourne Open, where she became the first Filipino to reach a WTA, Women's Tennis Association, final. Eala's live ranking at press time is 56, a huge jump from the world number 74 she carried into the Eastbourne tournament. I'm super happy because that was a tough match and there were some really tough moments. An emotional Eala, who is based in Mallorca and trains at the Rafa Nadal Academy, said on court after her 7-5, 2-6, 6-3 victory over fellow qualifier Varvara Gracheva of France. It was tough physically and mentally because she is a tough player and also came from qualifying. The 20-year-old ace will open her Wimbledon stint against defending champion Barbara Krejcikova of the Czech Republic. After a run to the semi-finals in the 2025 Miami Open, Eala guaranteed herself of main draw tickets to the Grand Slam. She made her debut in the main draw of the French Open recently, but lost in the first round to Emiliana Arango in 3 sets. Just days before her Wimbledon debut against world number 17 Krejcikova, Eala was battling Australia's Maya Joint late Saturday evening in the Eastbourne Open final. Left-hander Eala, ranked 74th in the world, edged a tight first set before losing 5 games in a row in the second as the match appeared to be slipping away. But the 20-year-old regrouped in the decider and survived a tough 7th game before breaking her French opponent's serve to lead 5-3. She then enjoyed a love service game to seal the victory. Saturday's final against the 19-year-old Australian Maya Joint, who beat Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 7-5, 6-3 in the semi-finals, was the youngest Eastbourne final since 1981 when Tracy Austin faced fellow American Andrea Jaeger. Incidentally, Krejcikova reached the quarterfinals at Eastbourne but withdrew with a thigh injury on Thursday, where she was supposed to battle Eala. Joint continued her impressive run as she reached her first WTA final on grass, coming from 5-3 behind in the opening set against Pavlyuchenkova to take control. "I'm very excited," the 51st ranked Joint said on court. "I've learned to love playing on grass this week." The Grass Rebellion, Eala's return to Wimbledon. The sea breeze in Eastbourne had always carried a special scent for Eala: salt, nostalgia, and ambition. As she packed her bags after a grinding quarter-final finish at the Rothesay International, her eyes weren't on the coastal skies or the stubborn gulls calling above the Devonshire Park courts. They were set squarely westward, across the chalky English countryside, toward Wimbledon. She was the defending champion now. 12 months earlier, the tennis world had called her a dark horse, a gutsy lefty with grit and ground strokes. Today, the name Eala stood on the All England Clubs Champions Board, etched between titans of the game. And that made everything different. The shadow of a crown. Success comes like a rising tide, lifting your name, your bank account, your entourage. But it also brings weight. Pressure. Eyes that scan your every step, commentators dissecting each backhand. In Eastbourne, Alex had felt the full force of that spotlight. Her footwork had been slightly off. Her timing, a hair late. The media called it nerves. Some whispered of burnout. But Alex knew the truth. It wasn't nerves. It was something deeper. She was no longer playing to prove herself. Now, she played to defend. Coach Rafa and the garden meeting. Her coach, the famously stoic Rafael Mendoza, a former doubles genius from Madrid, waited for her in the Eastbourne garden outside their rented cottage. His weathered face lit up as Alex approached, but his words were minimal, as always. "You let the court talk for you. That's what you do best. But lately, you let the noise talk to you." Alex dropped into a wrought iron chair, pulling her hoodie over her damp hair. "They don't see the hours, Rafa. They just want the story. Then give them a better one. Rewrite it." She sighed. "Wimbledon's different now. It used to be a dream. Now it's a responsibility." Rafa stood and pointed to the grass beneath their feet. "You conquered it once because you loved the fight. You didn't think about what you might lose. You only saw what could be gained. Alex looked down. The dew from the morning still clung to the blades. Just like center court. The ghost of center court. She returned to Wimbledon 4 days later and was given a private practice session on center court. Tradition. Privilege. A chance to reacquaint herself with her kingdom. The stadium was empty, the silence thick with history. She ran her fingers across the painted white lines, breathing in the crisp air that still held echoes of champions. Serena. Federer. Eala. She struck her first ball with intention. The sound was pure, a slice that kissed the turf and died like a secret. For an hour, she played alone, shadowing the movements from her title run, the inside-out forehand that had dismantled the number 3 seed, the serve and volley gamble in the semifinals, the daring drop shot in the final set that had brought the center court crowd to its feet. She didn't hit to train. She hit to remember. Because memory, for a champion, is a weapon. The world watches. The draw placed her on the top line. Number 1 seed. All eyes on her. The BBC called her the Queen of Quiet Storms. ESPN ran a feature titled Alex Eala, The Future Is Now. But her first-round opponent, a fearless Ukrainian teen named Polina Marchenko, wasn't reading headlines. She came out swinging, clocking backhands with a kind of reckless abandon that only youth and war-born resilience could create. Alex lost the first set. The media boxes buzzed. In the second set, Rafa didn't say a word. He didn't need to. Alex had closed her eyes before stepping out and remembered something her mother told her during her junior days. When you don't know how to win, remember who you were before winning ever mattered. That's when the tide turned. She fought like the wild card she once was, gritting out 15-shot rallies, fist-pumping after every point, charging the net with a hunger that couldn't be coached. She won 4-6, 6-2, 6-3. The Manila Storm. In the third round, rain delayed play. Alex sat in the locker room, scrolling her phone. Her social feeds were flooded, not just with tennis news, but with stories from the Philippines. Headlines screaming about floods in Manila, blackouts, evacuations. A message from her brother popped up, "Win one for us, 8. The storm's bad here, but you're our sunshine." Alex smiled. Wimbledon was rain-soaked and silent, but her soul blazed. She entered her next match against the Polish number 20 seed and dismantled her in straight sets.